Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Bimbo Mentality, a podcast where we sit down with somebody interesting and learn about the neat things they do and see if they can think like a bimbo well enough to teach us all about it. My name is Bug. I'm joined as ever by my co-host, Emma. Emma, how are you doing today?
Doing really well. Excited to be back and chatting with y'all.
Awesome. And over in the booth doing producer stuff is our producer, Rue. How are you doing today, Rue?
Hey, I'm good. Y'all might have found that I am going by Lilith as well as Rue, going by Rue as well as Lilith. You can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Okay. Good Lord. Yeah, for our 4 to 7 probably at this point, cis listeners at this point, sometimes we just change our names. It's just
and
something.
Sometimes you just add one on.
That's just something that happens.
Get silly with it.
Yeah, I think cis people should do it too, honestly.
I completely agree. Before we introduce our guest for this episode, I have something very special going on in my life, which is that this is going to be the first episode that drops after I've successfully escaped the worst job I've ever had.
Fuck yes.
So I just want to give a big on the record, on microphone, fuck you to Sage Veterinary Center in Jersey City.
Hell yeah.
So that's been fun. That's yeah, and I'm going into this episode in a good mood. That brings us around to introducing our guest for this week. Our guest this week is Lyra Peacock. Lyra is the author of the chapbook Monsoon Season and is currently hard at work on her debut novel Gila Monsters. When not writing, she's organizing trans-centered community events, running writing workshops, and roasting coffee. She's from Phoenix, Arizona, and calls Baltimore, Maryland home. Welcome to the podcast, Lyra. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me on.
We are happy to have you on. We are excited to learn about literature and stuff. Let's start by talking a little bit about what kind of writing you do. Tell the listeners about what you have written and are writing.
Yeah, for sure. So I write predominantly queer short stories, contemporary lit fic. I guess would be the category in a bookshop. But I have self-published one chapbook called Monsoon Season, which is about a lesbian T for T couple that gets into a toxic codependent relationship with one another. And the rest of the story, which is kind of what I'm focusing on with the novel right now, is more about how they're disentangling their lives from one another. So I've been working on that project. I've also done quite a bit of science fiction work in the past. Yeah, I've been just having a good time with that. It's been slow going, but all good projects are.
Yeah, you gotta take the time to make things that are worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you gotta live life.
I confess I have not yet had the opportunity to dig into your work, but I do know a whole lot about toxic codependent relationships. So,
Girl, don't we all?
I was gonna say, I feel like everyone listening is nodding their head oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
So at risk of getting into TMI territory, what brought you to this project? What inspired your current projects?
So shockingly, this project started before I actually started transitioning, before I started hormones, really, before medical transition. And it kind of started as, I don't know if y'all have read Nevada by Imogen Binney, kind of the great American trans novel.
I've been told I need to read it a whole lot.
It is excellent. Absolutely worth reading. I've read it maybe too many times. I read it probably every 6 months. Um, but the book started as something that was like very much inspired by Imogen's writing, and over the course of a few years has really come into its own, with its own identity and its own kind of premise. But it's been informed in part by like my history of living in Phoenix as a queer person, and also just what dating can feel like when you are early in transition, and starting hormones later in life.
Anybody got any early transition dating horror stories that they want to share with the audience before we move on? I was one of those trans people who was like in a committed domestic partnership before during early transition, so I kind of missed some of the worst of the worst.
Yeah, I had the classic long-term cis relationship right before I came out, and then I was solo for the first like year and a half of transition, which was probably for the better for me, to be honest.
I was a disastrous slut both before and after transition. And so during transition, like I found myself while I was in a relationship with a nice cis girl, but we had been dating for like 3 weeks, and she was at the beginning like very supportive and everything. And then for like 3 weeks later, I think there was a point where she was just like, I have not been dating this girl for long enough, and she just kind of stopped responding to my text messages.
That happens. That happens. It took me well into my transition to hit my disastrous slut era.
Same.
I think I was about 2 years in when I really hit the disaster slut stage.
And look at us now, a bunch of disaster sluts with a podcast.
Yeah, I've been a woman for like 11 years and a disastrous slut for like 15. So
damn, that's impressive. That's impressive. Yeah, I've been a woman for 9 and disaster slut for like 2. So huge. I only stopped being monogamous like a year and a half ago. I came late to this disaster slut era.
I was out as bi like years before I came out as trans, and I had like a twink era when I lived in San Francisco, and that was like a whole era of going to the Castro, and
Sure.
so. But then I settled down and did the classic like, yeah.
Anyway, my experience of being a disaster slut like 7 years into transition in New York City is probably way different than starting out dating in Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, and luckily I didn't start the whole disaster slut era until I was in Baltimore, which is a much better city to be a disaster slut in my
Sure.
experience.
Sure.
But yeah, definitely started to understand my queerness while I was still in Phoenix.
And did I understand correctly that that your forthcoming novel Gila Monsters is kind of like a follow up to the previously published chapbook? Did I hear you correctly on that?
So, it's kind of. So, the chapbook that I published last year is it's like a highly condensed version of the first act of the novel, which works as a story in and of itself, where the full novel has 2 additional acts to it, that really goes into the backstories of the individual characters a lot more, kind of follows them on their own journeys of finding themselves after going through kind of a tough time. That's my current project right now.
That's awesome. What is your just I have a question. I'm always interested with talking to folks that write. Like, what is your writing process? Like, do you have like general sort of like ideas or places that you want to go, or do you almost kind of like write out the characters and what feels natural for the characters sort of like like sometimes surprises yourself as it's going, or
Yeah, definitely. I generally do start with like an outline, just kind of broad strokes of how I expect the story to go or how I want the story to go.
Mhm.
But over the course of writing, the characters definitely come to life, become their own thing, and will steer the story in different directions. For example, the book that I'm writing right now has a very different ending than I originally planned, in part just because one of the characters ended up doing something during a party scene that I wasn't expecting, but it worked for the character and it made for a more interesting story, which I will be excited to share whenever it's done.
I have also another thing I have extensive experience with is doing things at parties that people weren't expecting.
Mm-hmm. Don't we all?
Circle back to our earlier conversation about disaster slut. When we talk about like queer literary fiction, we're talking about, literature that um oftentimes ends up meaning a lot to people, oftentimes ends up being very influential to people, sort of guiding them towards their sort of identities that they were kind of repressing and are still uncovering. Um, and this is you, Lyra, are somebody who is also clearly very kind of involved in community building. You do a lot of community organizing down in Baltimore. And this is, it seems it seems to me that queer literary fiction is something that can really be part of the community building experience. And I guess what I'm building up to here to talk to you about is like what what kind of does it what does it kind of mean to you to be writing works that could potentially be very like influential to people?
I don't. I mean, I'm truly just trying to write like honest stories. And I think that's something I find really refreshing about not just like queer literary fiction, but specifically trans literary fiction. Is how honest I feel like trans writers tend to be about the human experience. Um, and I really feel like since kind of understanding myself better and spending more time with other writers, I've really found a better way to like tap into these characters and like speak with a voice that feels very genuine and authentic and not really from a space of like, I don't know, like superiority. I find can sometimes happen with literary fiction. I don't have a lot of formal education. I'm a film school dropout, and I don't know. I kind of lost the track of what I was saying. um,
All right. Well, that's fine because I feel like you've given me a sort of hint in uh what uh what took you away from film?
I had a stalker in college, and
Jesus Christ, that's not the answer I was expecting.
yeah, I had a stalker, and I uh went to administration. They didn't want to do anything about it, and so I dropped out. I also couldn't really afford it, so it was probably for the best that I dropped out. But I still, I was focused on like television writing when I was going to film school, and I think a lot of what I learned um, over the couple of years that I was doing that has helped inform like storytelling.
I'm glad that you did make the jump from film and television to prose writing because this episode kind of came together too fast for me to like find your work and read it. But I probably will eventually read it. Whereas if you had made a movie or a TV show, I would not end up watching that. So I personally, as somebody who does not really engage with the visual medias, I appreciate that. So thanks, your stalker.
Lyra, is there a like, are there particular TV screenwriters or like shows that are like exceptionally well written that you love, or you not much? Do you like not watch a lot of movies or TV?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed Sort of, which was a Canadian show that was, I think, put into syndication on HBO in the US. But I don't know. I'm not sure if any of y'all are familiar with that show.
I'm not. I haven't seen it.
I also have not seen it.
It's a trans comedy written and produced by a trans person that takes place in, I think, in Toronto. And it is about a non-binary barista at a book bar, which I can relate to, being a former non-binary former book bar barista, who works in like babysitting and has this kind of parasocial relationship with this family that they babysit for. But it's very, very well written, very funny TV. Yeah, but to be honest, lately I have not watched a lot of TV. I've more so been reading books and just running around like a chicken with my head cut off outside, going to events. And
you do quite a bit of organizing, including, and I'm gonna segue into this here. You are organizing your own small literary press, as I understand it, or
am,
attempting
yeah.
to, at least. Let's tell our listenership a little about that.
Yeah, so myself, my partner, and my dear friend are all working together to start a small trans press here in Baltimore. It's called Amalthea Press. And we are planning on incorporating a little later this year. And we'll be taking submissions towards the end of the year for our first book that we hope to publish
That's
next
awesome.
year. Yeah, our focus is trans writers, specifically within kind of the DC, Maryland, Virginia kind of area. We met with a couple of folks from another press that I am a dear fan of Little Puss Press, and chatted with them for a little bit about starting a press. And yeah, we're very excited about it. We're very excited to like be another space for trans writers to like get their work out to the public.
That's so important
Huge.
now, more than ever too. So that's really cool.
It's something I feel like I have been seeing form, and something I've been trying to highlight on this podcast too, is the way that, sort of truly in the face of overwhelming adversity, our community has really sort of strengthened itself in art and organizing around art. That I know that feels really apropos to the work you do, Lyra, both with your forthcoming press and the organizing of sort of local music scene that you do. And I think that rules. I just anyway, yeah, I just think that's super cool, and I think it's amazing to see how many really dope artists have sprung up in the scenes that I know of very recently. In the way that I've seen just over the last few years, the trans punk scene in New York City take off. The way that dope hit new podcast Bimbo Mentality got off the ground.
Hell yeah.
Um,
I mean, trans people are the best artists in the entire world. I
This is so
I don't think
fucking
it's
true.
Yeah.
close. I don't think it's close at all. Yeah,
all of the best indie underground art that I am finding from every end of like just from every medium right now is being made by trans people.
yeah, because we are free, you know? We are
Yeah.
truly free. Are able to be so completely ourselves without having hangups about like how am I being perceived in like
Mm-hmm.
putting this art out into the world. Um I don't know. There's a great deal of honesty that comes with being trans and making art. And I think also a big part of it is like trans people know how to party, and that gives you
We
life
really
experience.
We
And
really do.
the more life experience you have, the better writer you are, generally speaking, and the better you are at making art because you've seen more of the world. The more you have to say, you know.
All of my like cis friends and cis coworkers are like astonished at the amount of lore I have. Like that's always something I
It's
find.
it's wild.
I always say like when if I've had like a particularly fun weekend night with my friends and I'm like, what just happened would be like the defining moment to a cis person's entire life, and it'd be a story they would tell all their friends and they would never shut up about it. They'd be saying it like when they're 75 about this one night, and it's like, this was a Thursday, a typical Thursday for
Mhm.
a trans person. I'm like,
Mhm.
I'll have cis coworkers like straight up ask me like, "Hey, what did you do over the weekend? I like to live vicariously through your weekends." And I'm like, "You can do this. You can go on your own adventures. You can live a full life.
Mhm.
You don't have to just like sit in sit on your couch in a room with the blinds closed alone watching The Office for the fifth time. Like, you can have a life, you can create things.
but once we've done the scary thing and come out and been ourselves, like
Yeah.
everything else is there for the taking now because we're able to do that in a way that like you mentioned, Lyra, the freedom. Like even if it's
Mhm.
not like gender or sex that is someone is holding someone in, there are other shackles, and because they haven't like whatever it may be freed themselves, they just stick in
Mhm.
like the little boxes of this is what I'm supposed to do. I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think another big part about it is just like talk to your friends, you know, like see a therapist, like figure out your shit. Um it's you know, it is hard to start that journey, of course, but it is so worth it. I could not imagine like I look back at where I was at 4 years ago when I first moved to this city, and if she had seen where I'm at now, she would not believe it.
Same.
We were talking about it sort of flippantly and jokingly earlier in the podcast, but I mean, like, there's a certain power that comes from just deciding one day to take a new name, and just
Yeah,
the way that can create that sense of like, okay, this is the start of the next chapter of my life. I can leave behind all that baggage and I can be the person I want to be now.
yeah.
I certainly hope that the spread of these um like queer art scenes, trans art scenes, um I hope that inspires people, um not only inspires our own community to find themselves, but also just inspires more people to realize that they can make art and they can be somebody who influences the world, and they can just decide to go outside and make the world a cooler place.
That's always been my policy is just do whatever like speaks to you to make the world better. Like if you see a need in the world and you have the capabilities of meeting that need, like go out there and fucking do something about it.
And and then we can stop having mainstream art that sucks, like those fucking transphobic shits in Imagine Dragons, a band that I am going to try to get to sue this podcast for libel.
Oh my god.
This is an anti-Imagine Dragons podcast.
Bimbo Mentality is an anti-Imagine Dragons podcast.
Look.
Yeah, let's keep grinding that axe. I like this.
Oh yeah, no, as soon as I was listening back to the last podcast episode for editing notes, I was like, we can make this happen, and we will make this happen. Dan Reynolds of Imagine Dragons.
That is fucking name?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Dan Reynolds.
Dan Reynolds?
Dan Reynolds of Imagine Dragons. Come at us. I bet my life that you won't.
Fucking coward.
That sounds like the name of a jar of mayonnaise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good lord. Dan Reynolds should sue us for that, because that was fucking cutting. Since this is kind of an area of your expertise too, and since we've been talking about it for a while, what are some of the coolest things happening in trans art in your experience lately, Lyra? What should people look to?
Oh gosh, there are so many incredible books coming out right now that I think that everyone should read. Two that came out very recently that I've really been enjoying are Missed Connections with Tall Girls by Gwen Abe. It's this really lovely poetry collection out from Little Puss Press. And then
real quick pause. I just want to say how much I love that.
Same.
Little Puss. That's
Little Puss
incredible.
Press,
yeah.
That is the press founded by Casey Plett and Kat Fitzpatrick. And they've been putting out translit for going almost 5 years, I think. Yeah, they're doing really, really great work over there. Another recent release that I've really been enjoying, about halfway through it right now, is Alice Starr's short story collection, Again Harder, which is a bunch of like trans stories. It's very real, and it's horny, and it's sad, and it makes you cringe sometimes, but it's really wonderful.
Horny and occasionally cringe, the trans experience.
Exactly.
I do think potentially one of the reasons that trans people are so much more like creative and self-expressive is that we're not. This is an axe I'm gonna grind on. Take the opportunity to grind on this podcast too. Cis people are weird about sex, like.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they really are.
They are so repressive. Like, be hornier, but not in a weird way. Yes. This is not a hard thing to do.
Yeah, sex is cool. Just talk about it. Be normal, you know?
Yeah. Have your disaster slut eras. Everybody needs one.
Yeah, and maybe one that lasts for like maybe a third of your life. More than that.
Yeah, basically just until you're too tired.
Oh, yeah. If I'm not like constantly on antibiotics in the old folks home for like whatever STDs exist in 2070, I will be so mad.
Oh yeah, I will be on old people prep for sure.
Do you think they have a different prep?
Old people.
Old people.
Yes, they do. They should.
AAR prep is actually what it's called.
Fuck yes!
It's like it's incredible. It's like a combination prep and Viagra.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Prep, Viagra, and a little bit of Metamucil.
Really get you going in the mornings.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah,
Holy
you have to
fuck.
be very thoughtful about when you're gonna take the prep Viagra combination pill, because
Yeah.
theoretically you should have sex within the next 4 hours.
And I will.
Poppers must be so dangerous, though, in old folks' homes then. Because they're not supposed to...
Oh my god.
Oh no, they have a different poppers. They have old people poppers.
Old people
They're
Yeah, they have
Pop-Pops.
people poppers.
Also a combination with Viagra.
Old people
Yeah. They're actually called Poppy's Poppers.
Poppers.
I was gonna say something like that. Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, cis people, be artsier, be hornier. That's really my
always
directive
saying
to
this.
you. Sort of my mission assigning cis people. I didn't even mean, like, we've had what, I think 1, maybe 2 cis guests on this podcast so far. That was never, that was not intentional. Never really meant for this to be like a, trans scene exclusive podcast. That's just who's doing interesting things right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so that's all very exciting. I'm really excited for how this scene is developing. I'm really excited to see what kind of work that Bress is gonna put out. There's so much cool stuff going on.
There's
I'm
always
trying to
so
thought-
much going on all the time.
I was gonna say, honestly, when you mentioned about running around with your head cut off, like a chick with your head cut off, I was thinking about, like, I still watch some TV, but like with video games in particular, and also I don't watch nearly as much TV as I used to. I feel like once I came out and started like going out to events and like touching grass with fellow trans people, it's not that I don't enjoy those things anymore, but it's that I'd rather be out with people doing those things now that I'm the real me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That
Instead of-
part.
yeah, like I enjoy it more now in a way that like I wouldn't have enjoyed it previously. So
Mhm.
yeah,
You wonder how much of the like popularity of something like middle of the road group of friends sitcoms is people wanting to live their social lives vicariously through the TV shows they watch, instead of like, I have my own friends I go on zany adventures with. I don't need to watch, I don't know, Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory do it.
Yeah.
In a more that show's more, less funny than my friends are.
and also somehow like I'm like, oh great, the show where they like make caricatures of autistic people. So that's awesome.
Yeah, my friends are also more autistic than Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory is.
We are, but we're cooler also. So
Yeah, in fun, advanced ways.
yes.
Exactly. Advanced autism, old people autism, if you will.
I don't know. Well, look, when I want accurate autism representation, I watch The Good Doctor. So
I've never seen an episode of that. I've never seen an episode of that show. My mom likes it. I don't even know if it's still on.
but you've seen like there's an episode in particular.
Oh yeah. The I am a surgeon, Dr. Han bit. Yeah, no, classic. I don't know anything about that show as a TV show, but classic meme.
It was involving a trans girl. It was a whole thing. Anyways, yeah.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about The Good Doctor, but Bimbo Mentality is a pro Daniel Day Kim podcast.
Yes.
Legendary
Hell yeah.
character actor Daniel Day Kim,
Justice.
one of the core cast members of the greatest TV show ever made, ABC's Lost. Don't at me.
So you do love some TV.
Yeah, the ones that I watched like partially from the Lostpedia forums when I was 15. Those TV shows I have a lot of affection for.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was me with Battlestar Galactica growing up. I was
Yeah,
very
exactly.
into that show.
Great show.
Everybody has one.
Mhm.
What I think we are missing, and what I think that will really enhance the culture is we're starting to see this. There's a few now, but it needs to pick up steam. Is trans people making TV shows, because
Absolutely.
there's
Yeah.
like
Yep.
when the autistic trannies start making like convoluted mystery sci-fi thrillers, those are gonna be fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Hell yeah.
It's really tough because I feel
They're
like
gonna be-
film, film we can like we've gotten some, not I mean still much less than there should be, but like single discrete films, I think we've made some headway, but it's really tough to have like a consistent TV show that is like lasts for several seasons from us.
Yeah.
Well, getting the same group of creative people in a room together like more than a couple times a month is a project. So I can
Mhm.
imagine a TV show would be difficult for that way. It's got to be a TV show with like a cast of 2 or 3. But those exist. You can make that happen.
So what you're saying is we need like the first season, like, or the first season budget of Always Sunny, like a trainee Always Sunny, where
A Trainee
Like-
Always Sunny would be
Trainee-
fucking
Tranny Always
great.
Sunny would be incredible.
Oh, that'd
It
be
would-
incredible.
it's the perfect vehicle for it. Like just like a divey bar, like a bunch of friends, like they get into hijinks around like a city like Philadelphia or somewhere else. It's perfect, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
That's good.
you already you can like have the character architects already. Like
I know.
one, like there's any group of trans people is gonna have at least 2 that are like weird little trash gremlins. So
Yep. It's always training in Philadelphia
For the-
or something. It's
for
something
the
like
audience
that.
at home, Rue just sort of pointed at herself.
Okay, but
Listen, okay, well that pairs perfectly. Okay, I could be the trainee Charlie on It's Always Tranny in Philadelphia, which will also dovetail great into me being the trainee Johnny Knoxville in Trainee
oh
Jack.
my god,
Oh my God,
we
I would
need
watch the
Trainee
shit out of
Jackass.
that.
I need Tranny Jackass like I need air to breathe.
I need that so
that's-
bad. Holy shit. I need
I even have like a notes app thing on my phone of like stunt ideas for Trainee Jackass. Like I think about this so fucking much.
Rue, it sounds like you need to go out and make Tranny Jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah, be
I
the Tranny
fucking-
Jackass
I really
you
I'm not
want to
even
see in the
kidding.
world.
There's like a non-zero chance if you ever somehow got through to Johnny Knoxville, he would like support this. I feel like he would.
Yeah, I imagine
Absolutely.
I imagine Johnny Knoxville fucks with the dolls.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Rue, I just want to say on the record, on this podcast, live on microphone, that if you ever get around to making this, I'm on board.
Mhm.
I am on board. I will come to
Yeah.
Portland for this.
I will watch.
We'll get you. We will get you involved in some way, Emma. We'll get you involved too, Lyra. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
absolutely be down.
This is shaping up to be a fun episode about a whole lot of different things and just the cool things that are happening in the scene right now. Which is cool. It is a great thing to have an episode be about. There is one other cool thing I want to make sure we touch on before we run out of time. Lyra, tell us about tell the listeners at home about the Legos.
Oh my god. Yeah. So that's the other like major hobby that I have not. I mean, I've been doing it since I was like, gosh, 9 or 10 years old, but yeah, never got rid of my Lego. Kept building with them. Went through a couple periods of like not building for long periods of time, but yeah, I build like original sci-fi Lego creations, like spaceships, mecha, buildings, that sort of thing. I have a Lego Instagram account where I post my builds, which is at Liminal Quark on Instagram.
You have in your home what I can only describe as a Lego studio.
Yeah, I do.
It's amazing.
I share a craft room with my lovely spouse who's a drag king. So half of the craft room is like drag stuff and like
Rue, are you currently looking at the Lyra's Lego Instagram?
Fuck yes, I am.
Okay, because
yes, I am.
You are currently looking at your phone, looking astonished.
I love a half and half craft room.
This slaps.
Like,
yeah,
I feel like that's a terrifying risk though of like trying on clothes and then stepping on a Lego like on the ground. I feel like a high probability of errant Lego on the ground.
Yeah, it happens from time to time, and it's our main closet is in that bedroom as well. So sometimes I'll have to stumble into that bedroom in the dark, and it definitely convinces me to keep the floor cleaned up.
Yep. I love that. Lego is one of the coolest. I'm a firm believer Lego is like one of the best toys ever created for the fact that like it inspires such creativity in people. And
yeah.
Here
we go again. Cis motherfuckers are just making what's in the fucking. They're making their Star Wars. No, we are out here making our original creations, baby.
Hell yeah!
I mean, that's literally the point of the movie, right? The creators, the ones that make their own shit, is like that's like the whole. I think the whole plot. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I'm pretty sure that was it. But
now, if only we could.
It was pretty chill of the Lego movie to like just throw its worst like 2/3 of users under the bus. Take the entire user base for that product and be like, no, you idiots, you're doing it wrong.
It's a toy. Play with it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Have fun. Yeah. Now, if only Lego would drop the Harry Potter license. That's my only ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah, Bimbo Mentality is a strongly anti-Harry Potter podcast. I don't actually
really.
Know if
that's crazy.
I don't actually know if that's come up on this podcast, but for the 4 to 7 cis listeners we have, and in case we pick up any new ones along the way who go back and listen to the back catalog, stop talking about Harry Potter in front of your trans coworkers. It's extremely rude. It's a really fucked up thing to do.
Yeah, if you mention how you're like excited to go to like Harry Potter World, it makes us feel like shit. Just throwing that out.
We will not be friends with you after you do that. Straight up, I won't be friends with people who talk about Harry Potter at work.
They're also bad books. They're just bad books.
They suck. They suck so much. Fucking.
One of the movies was on at the gym the other day, and holy shit. Oh my god. Really, really awful.
They are just.
And if you have your fucking Potter house in your dating app bio, you won't get to hit hot trans people.
Yeah.
Like, that's. Sorry.
It's not
going to happen for you.
Those books are just like bloated, directionless drivel with like an encyclopedia's worth of boring, characterless side characters who don't do anything, and yet everybody under the age of 35 has like, everybody between the ages of 25 and 35 has like strong opinions about them, and I don't know why. Like,
it's millennial Myers-Briggs with like the personalities in the houses, and like it's people that are hobbyless and like latch on to like one of like, I was gonna say 4 archetypes, but really I don't even know what fucking Hufflepuff's archetype even was. So like there's really just 3 and they're stupid. So the books are
also
the Hufflepuff archetype was not plot important.
Yeah,
just that's where they put everybody who like isn't really important to the story.
You weren't a fascist and you weren't smart, so you got
it's like it's like protagonist evil, generic protagonist, racist, uh, generically smart,
Smart, I
and
guess.
other.
Yep. Oh my god.
No, Ursula K.
Etc.
Le Guin.
There you go.
Yeah, just
There you fucking go.
Just read any second book. Just really emblematic of the sort of arrested development we have been talking about, quite frankly, and how cis people just don't push themselves to become fully rounded people. You know, even
No, I appreciate the Ursula K. Le Guin recommendation. I'm gonna throw one on top of there. Cis people who are still reading Harry Potter in 2026, go read Serious Weakness and don't Google anything about it. Just have a really fun time with that. Just crack it open and have a good time.
Also, check out Cis People if you're looking for literature recommendations and you're looking to not for books that cis people have probably not heard of. And are looking to go in blind without reading, check out The Sisters of Dorley.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck it.
You're trying to crack some eggs there. I see how you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Well, you know, I just want them to understand us a little bit more.
If you think the idea of a basement sounds fun, guess what?
Emma, you're spoiling it. You're giving spoilers.
I'm sorry, cut that out. Edit that out.
I'll bleep it.
I think on that note, we're coming up to the point. We're coming up to the point where it's time to wrap things up a little bit. So let's talk a little about what we have learned today. Emma, what'd you learn?
Panicked. I'm panicking. Wait. I learned something.
I do this. I just want to put on the record and say very bluntly that whenever we do a come around and everybody say something thing, I come around to Emma and put her on the spot first on purpose.
It's so fun to ambush her.
Yeah,
it's really
And
good.
you would think I would know because it happens every time, and I still am not prepared. Because I'm just so excited talking.
That's why it's fun.
Come back to me.
Yeah, I learned about some really cool books that are out and coming out that I am definitely going to be checking out. I have learned about the very exciting all trans reboot of Always Sunny and of Jackass that will definitely be happening because I'm going to make those a reality come hell or high water.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned I don't know if I've learned this necessarily because I think I came in feeling this way, but I think I came in feeling this way a little bit because I'm 3 days off from going to just an absolutely stellar event, Lyra, that you threw, and getting to have coming at this from the experience of just having sat with my community in an art space for a while, but I'm reinforcing my faith and love of my community and our ability to push through and strengthen ourselves through art and parties and weird sex, and that's bimbo mentality, baby.
Yeah, I guess
that might be the most that's bimbo mentality
ever for the summing up. Emma has no words, and I would agree. I think one, I think it's really awesome that you are creating your own publishing house, and that's fucking amazing. And yeah, I think I'm just coming away with a newfound, is the wrong word because I had it already, but reinvigorated joy at the creation that my community does, our community does. And I think it's really inspiring to chat with you, Lyra. So thank you for sitting down with us.
Thank you so much for having me on. It has been so lovely talking about trans people in arts and us creating the beautiful future that we all desire and deserve. And I'm really excited for Rue's all trans reboot of Jackass.
I'm so excited to be part of that, to get to watch it.
Mhm.
Lyra, having heard about what we have taken away from this episode, do you feel like you successfully thought like a bimbo enough? Do you think we learned about your area of expertise?
I think so. Yeah, I think I definitely was able to lock into the bimbo mentality.
Incredible. I would agree. I think you've already kind of plugged some of, quite a few of your projects and works, but do you have anything else you want to plug for us before we go?
Sure. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram or Blue Sky. I'm at Lyra from the Deserts. Um, I am making my chapbooks by hand, so if you're interested in buying one, just shoot me a DM on either of those platforms. Otherwise, keep an eye out for Gila Monsters, hopefully next year.
Incredible. All right. Well, thank you, listeners, for joining us on another episode of Bimbo Mentality. Join us next time when we talk about competitive shooting.